Hey guys, you alright? Just after I did that video for Ash and Clone, I got another package from the postman. I was going to save this, so I've got a couple of packages on the way, but they're coming from Amazon and I've had free delivery, so there could be a few days yet. And quite honestly, I didn't want to wait. I wanted to crack this open, so I thought I'd just make a quick video and just to show you what I've got. Here it is, a little package. This one was bought through Amazon, but it was bought through a different seller who was selling through Amazon, you know, like the donplay.com and all that. It's from a company called Telegames. I've used them in the past a few times and they're really good. I think they're based in Leicester, and they do mostly retro stuff. They do modern consoles. Last time I checked, they did anyway. It's Telegames, T-E-L-E games.co.uk. Excellent website, and they also sell through Amazon. They have their own website, which is telegames.co.uk, and they sell through eBay, but they're called Console Clearance on eBay. And I've dealt with them both on Amazon and direct through their website, and they've all been excellent, and eBay as well. So very good that I've got this. I ordered this just before Christmas, so I wasn't expecting to arrive yet. So pretty damn quick. It only got posted yesterday, and also Royal Mail's back on track, which is excellent. Now, before I show you that package, just to make this video a little bit longer. You might remember I recently put a video up for this game here, Breakdown. I got a sealed copy and I wasn't sure whether to open the game or not. I just want to say thank you to everyone that left me a comment and suggested whether I should keep it sealed or should I open it up. Basically, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack it open, and the reason I'm going to open it up is because I've just done a trade with a really great YouTuber, a good friend on here. I won't say who it is in case they decide to make a video. I'm not sure if they will, but if they do, yeah, be nice surprise if you're subscribed to them. Basically, the used copy of Breakdown that I had, I have traded with that YouTuber for another game, and when that game arrives, I will also make a video to say thank you. So I'm basically going to open this one up on camera and have a look what condition of it is, and I'll pop it in my collection. I've got a brand new copy then. As I say, it's still rattling. So I do think the DVD holder thing, the plastic's broken, but I can just get a new case. They're cheap enough. I can't remember who it was, and I do apologise. I did try and check through the comments, but there's so many I couldn't remember which video it was, the comment was left on, if it was on the video for this or not. But one YouTuber did ask me to open this up on camera if I could. So this is for you, mate, if you're watching. So yeah, let's open it up and let's see what the condition's like. Hopefully the disc runner got scratched up. Fingers crossed anyway. So here we go. There we go. It's a fateful noise. That's the best thing about buying new games, is that the plastic sleeve is absolutely mint and the artwork looks really clean and nice. Okay, get the security sticker off. The thing I hate about those security stickers down the side, I always tend to have a tendency to put my thumb through the plastic, and I've got a real habit of doing that. Not my fingernail, so my thumbnail. Okay. Yeah, the disc just flew out of me. Actually, the disc is absolutely immaculate. Not that you're really going to see it, but there you go. And yes, as suspected, there's the offending bit of plastic. As you can see, the plastic thing has broken off the push button, which I thought had happened. Manual's alright. Actually, the manual, surprisingly, has got marks on it, which is a bit weird. A bit suspicious. But I don't know, disc mint, it's only $2.99, so I can't know. Yeah, so the case is knackered, but I'll just get a new one because they're dirt cheap anyway. Hopefully it might hold it on there anyway. I'm lucky. No, it won't. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I've got Breakdown now. Got a brand new mint copy to try it. Black and white manual, so crap. Why can't I make colour ones? Make a bit of effort. So there you go, Namco's Breakdown. So I'll give that a try and see what it's like. Right, onto the little package. Now this is basically, I'll give you a bit of background. A few years ago, when I first got back into retro collecting, back in about, I'm trying to think now, it was probably about 2003, 2004, somewhere like that. I think about 2004, when I started to really get back into it. I bought a Super Nintendo and then I started moving on from there. And then I remember I had a UK Super Nintendo back in about 2002, 2003. I eventually got rid of it because it was a crap one. I got off eBay, just a cheap one in really bad condition. And the very first proper retro console I bought for collecting purposes was the Super Famicom, which is the Japanese Super Nintendo. Anyway, so I went on, had a few consoles and different systems and that. One particular system is a system that a lot of people absolutely hate. I'm just going to grab a couple of savers. Literally need to clear my throat. Okay, now there's a system that I had, which the majority of people seem to absolutely hate and think it's a piece of crap. But there are a small band of people out there who absolutely love this system, and I've got to say I'm one of them that really loves this system. It's just something about it that's just different and cool. And for all the shit games it's got on the system, it's got some pretty damn decent games and some decent conversions of classics. Now I had this system, and I had an accessory, which I won't say what it is because it will give away what the system is straight away. But I managed to get a few years back a brand new sealed console and a brand new sealed accessory, which were not cheap at all because you don't see them that often. They're still expensive now, but for some reason still quite a few of them around, which is odd. I think I paid about 300 quid at the time for the two, if I remember rightly, which is a lot of money really, but it was something I really wanted and I wanted the best condition possible. So anyway, had that collection. I stacked up a pretty decent amount of games. I must have had about 15 games or something at that point. It wasn't a lot, but it was a pretty decent amount. And I was really chuffed with the collection. Unfortunately, it got to a point where, you know, needs must, and I needed a bit of money, and I ended up selling quite a few of my systems off. And that was one collection that I got rid of that I really, really regret selling. And you know, last year I did consider buying another one, and I bought 2 games for it last year because I was intending to get started again, and I just never got around to it and ended up selling the 2 games, which really stupid. I shouldn't have done that as a mistake, but my heart wasn't in it to get involved again. However, now I've just bought this game because I want to get back into it, but I'm not going to go for a full collection. I'd like to go for a full collection because there aren't that many games for the system, but I'm not going to set myself a target of a full collection because I found that when I do that I get really bored quick and I just can't be arsed. And I don't want to do that. I want to actually, you know, get a good collection of games for this system. So I'm just going to buy games when I can afford them and when I see them for good prices in good condition. And there are a lot of sealed games out for this system, so it's not hard to get a good condition game. And what I'm thinking is just keep buying the games when I can, and then, you know, eventually I'll have a massive collection, and eventually I probably might end up with a full collection because there aren't that many to buy. Now I've rambled on for long enough. I'm now going to open this game and show you what it is. And this particular game is a conversion for the system of an absolute classic PC game, and I had this back when I had my system years ago. I've just got to figure out where the way. Oh, there's the way. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great conversion at the time. And I've been looking for a sealed copy because, as I say, there's a lot of sealed copies of games for this system knocking around, and I wanted to get a sealed copy. But unfortunately, the only sealed copy I found was on eBay, as always. And there's a guy in Sweden who takes a piss and really overcharges for sealed games on every system going, particularly Super Nintendo. He's a laugh with him. And so he had it on there and he wanted 50 quid. And I thought, you can kiss my ass, mate, I'm not paying 50 quid for any, well, not for any game, but for this game in particular, it isn't worth 50 quid sealed. I don't think it is. I mean, I'm not willing to pay that. So, I was a bit disheartened, thinking I wasn't going to get a copy. And there aren't that many used copies knocking around eBay either, and they're usually quite expensive, not excessively, but, you know, more than what I think it's worth. And so I was getting a bit annoyed because I thought, well, I'm not going to get this game at this rate. And then I saw this copy sealed on Amazon being sold by Telegames, and so I thought, well, you know what, I'm never going to see it again probably, so I'm not passing that one up. And the price was right as well, so I thought, why not? What the hell? I'll give it a shot. And I've talked so much shit for like ages now, and you're probably sitting there going, are you going to open the box and show us the damn game or what? So I do apologise. Yeah, it is exactly what I thought it was. Brilliant. Oh, beautiful. I've even got the price on the front as well. And no, they're doing a special offer on the Turbo Graphics apparently. They're selling Turbo Graphics, Turbo Sticks, Blazing Laser Game, Turbo Tap, Control Pad. That would be quite good for Ash81B for you. I know he likes the old Turbo Graphics. There you go, mate. Telegame's got a special offer on, if you want to have a look. Yeah, a bit of advertising for them because I do like the website, I think they're really good. There you go. Not that you probably see that. I say it's Telegames, T-E-L-E and games.co.uk. And after all that build up, the game is for the Atari Jaguar. Yes, the Atari Jaguar. and it is an absolute classic. Wolfenstein 3D. Da-da-da. It's a little price tag, and all sweet. It's got 2 price tags. One's been crossed out. One's was I'm assuming that's francs. Hell, that would be, wouldn't it, for them? Wouldn't it? I suppose it would have been. It was 50 francs, 7 euros. Then it was 40 francs and 6 euros. I don't know. But yeah, check out the graphics. I mean, they did a great conversion of this. I remember when I got it years ago, and I played it, and I thought the music was just absolutely stellar. It's got a little bit of bow in there, which is a bit of annoyance, but well, I ain't gonna complain. But yeah, I want to try and get a reasonable Jaguar collection. I was talking to Classic FPS, and he was saying it's not an easy thing to do because you think it's going to be easy until you get stuck in. And I've been looking around, and there's like some games that I just can't find box copies anyway. There's some games that are up like £60, which to me, 60 quid, I mean that's a lot of money. But when you look at like Super Nintendo games, some of them sealed are just ridiculous, like in the hundreds, even some of the second-hand games. So £60 seems more attainable. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting Jaguar at some point and playing this. I don't know when that will be. I'm not going to rush. I'll just buy a machine when I see one for a good price, because I can't afford to buy a silver one because it's just too expensive. But there you go. Anyway, so I got Wolfenstein 3D on the Atari Jaguar, and when I eventually get a system, if you want, I'll do a gameplay just to show how cool it is, because I really like this game a lot, and I like the Atari Jaguar. I love this joypad. I think it's awesome. So anyway, guys, that's my long-winded explanation as to why I bought an Atari Jaguar game. I hope you enjoyed that video. You don't just get bored halfway through thinking, come on, show me the bloody game. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with another video very soon, because I have a couple of packages coming for mail. One from eBay, I'm waiting to hear where the hell that's got to, and 2 from Amazon, so I'll show those when they arrive. So thanks for watching, guys. See you all again soon.